Marathon Auburndale, Auburndale Marathon. This is an audio test.
Hello, hello.
Questions, whatever, horn, whatever, but don't have anything else to add. It'll be fun. I know we're looking forward to this tonight.
Yeah, I hope it's good.
So this is our last boys game. Now we got Mike's got Auburndale Spencer on Monday, and then we got like 6 girls games. And it's like that's like
we had our girls against marathon girls.
Marathon girls aren't good.
Well, we weren't either.
Oh.
If you had traveling on your basketball bingo card, you won. We must have called 10 of them. I'm serious. We track turnovers here, and we usually miss a few anyway. But by the end of the game, we had 46 turnovers. And
we had Marathon Colby this year, and that was just horrible.
Well, and I mean, we were called like everything.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I mean, we were playing off the field.
Yeah.
It was not, I mean, we were like at 9, and that was without overtime or anything. Let's keep going.
Yeah, it's just.
And it was a close game by the end. It worked out by the first team. We came back and won it by 3 or something. Oh my gosh, it was the ugliest basketball you've ever seen.
Oh yeah, we had lost on Easter earlier this week. No. And their coach would sit there and make little snide comments under her breath for you to hear. And we had a timeout, and she walked out towards Durfus and threw her arms out, and she was nothing. And she went like that to him, so I warned her. I'm like, nothing. This is our 5th game this week, so it'll be nice to have a. Okay. Oh.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to basketball night here in Auburndale. It's the Merriwood South boys basketball game of the week. Jason Zaleski here. Dan Ross is to my right, and I'm going to kick it over to Dan for some shorts. We're running out of time, and it's my fault. Just a quick update on what folks should be prepared to see tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Auburndale Marathon. This is a game that we've been looking forward to. Both teams tied for first in the Merriwood South. Auburndale has won 10 in a row. They come into the game 11-1. Marathon comes in at 9-2, coming off a loss a little bit earlier to Newman Catholic, and the loss to Port Washington last weekend, I believe it was. Two teams that played early on in the season. Marathon came away with a 5-point win. They defended the home court. Auburndale has to try to do the same this time out. All right,
had a chance to talk with Marathon Red Raiders head coach Adam Jacobson moments ago. Here's his thoughts on tonight's game.
Here with Marathon head coach Adam Jacobson. Coach, interesting Merriwood South Conference season again, and another pivotal game here tonight. What have you and the guys talked about coming into Auburndale?
Yeah, just excited for the opportunity. Get some big wins early in the season, and then from here on, really you at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, you played them early. I think it might have been their first game. Maybe it was your first too, without having all the information in front of me. I know those guys think you kind of snuck up on them in that first game. So, you probably expect to get a little bit fought at here tonight.
Absolutely. They had maybe so and on their own goal. They had that high, that's great. What they've already shown all week, have to take our best, and what a wonderful opportunity to have here in January to see where you're at.
Your big is almost a post player. He does have range. Their big likes to stay outside. We talk about height. Advantage for you in that way?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a contrast. Styles. Obviously they're a tremendous shooting team statistically, and they'll go 4 out, 1 in, and move the basketball and defend at a very, very high level. So we're going to have to handle, even with maybe a little bit of lack of size, they're tremendous athletes, a lot of physicality. You're going to have to play off of that. But yeah, definitely have to play inside out, and hopefully we can handle their dribble.
Yeah, a lot of ball pressure. What have you talked about your ball handlers coming into this one?
Yeah, we're going to have to shallow cut, because they're going to come out and guard you with that pressure. Hopefully that can allow us some screening angles. But yeah, definitely hit it on the head. We have to take care of the basketball. We have to handle the dribble and make the bother the shooting.
And then last week, played Port Washington. It turned out to be a 15-point loss, but a team that's a couple divisions above you. What did you learn about your guys in that game?
I really learned that we can guard some quickness. That was great. And that type of speed, you don't see that a lot in the area. That many possessions. I thought when we got in the half, we could handle it. But transition and things like that, we learned a lot about that. So that speed, that style play was good for us to see. We're happy with some things and we'll learn.
And then lastly, back to this game,
Double duty tonight, huh?
Where we started this conversation here now. As you leave the gym, win or lose, the conference championship will still be there. You may have to work a little harder if you don't get it tonight. But talk about that, that and going after a conference championship with this year's group.
Yeah, it's always a goal. You always want to compete for a conference title, especially in and knowing that if we have the ability to, we have an ability to make it work. And that's what it's all about.
Coach, good luck tonight.
All right, that was head coach, Marathon head coach Adam Jacobson, giving us some thoughts on tonight's game. Dan, one of the things that we talked about, and we can start this now and then finish it on the other side of tonight's national anthem, was Grant Warren being an inside presence for his Raiders, and Caden Weinfurter, the tallest Auburndale Eagle, being an outside presence for those Eagles, and how that kind of plays out here tonight.
Yeah. Grant really took advantage of Auburndale's lack of size last time out. Be really interesting how Coach Weinfurter tries his best to get Grant Warren out of the lane when they're trying to run offense, because he had probably 8 or 9 blocks the first time they met.
Okay, so national anthem time here in Auburndale.
Quite
All
the
right.
rendition.
Man, I mean, there's nothing like a high school pep band, marching band, live music. And that was, really nice national anthem. We were here on Tuesday, and Tuesday against Edgar. No band that night.
Not a lot of electricity in the gym that night, I would say.
Right. Now, my understanding is the band just can't come out and just fire it off every night, right? The kids got to have a break, or they have other activities, or need a night off, and all that kind of thing. But love a band more than just about anything else. Maybe a mascot comes in second. So, starting lineups for the Marathon Red Raiders, Dan Ross.
Marathon coming into the game 9-2, 7-1 in the Murraywood South. Number 3, Cooper Hexema, 7.5 a game. Number 12, Dr. Drew Love.
If that's his real name.
9 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 5 assists, leads the team in assists. Number 14, shooter Tyler Underwood. Number 20, Mason Seehafer is averaging more than 7.5 a game. And the Garantula down low, Grant Warren in the discussion for Murraywood South Player of the Year, probably with Mason Prey. Flip a coin at this point. 22.5 a game, 12 rebounds, almost 3 blocks.
It's a lot to deal with.
It really is. It really is.
And he brings all that to the table. So, it's exciting. This was a game 1. I think it was the first game of the year for both teams.
Auburndale had one game in.
They had one game in, yeah. So, final score that night, well, I've got the notes here somewhere, but 58 to
53.
Auburndale is not enough. 58-53. We'll see what transpires here tonight. Sit back and enjoy, folks. It's the Murraywood South Boys Basketball Game of the Week on Zaleski Sports.
Good luck on the tip, Alex. Garantula wins it. Close.
Well,
Auburndale comes out this time down in man-to-man defense. It'll be interesting what the Eagles do. Grant has the ball here on the low block. Immediately got a crowd on him. Love drives in outside to Hexema. He'll put up the first shot. It's short. Rebound cleared by the Eagles. We didn't say the Auburndale starters, but it's the normal 5.
oh, sorry, I didn't tee you up for that.
That's okay. Steal by Warren.
During the first dead ball, we'll rip those 5 off, just to make sure. Some people, there are people watching from all over the state tonight, Dan.
Warren puts it on the ground, up, no good. Rebound underneath Underwood, blocked. He gets a second chance, and he gets it. 2-0 Red Raiders. Second chance opportunity is something that Auburndale is going to have to try to limit tonight. Marathon extremely good on the offensive glass. Wilford working on Underwood. Gets it to Scholl. Marathon, historically a 1-3-1 team. The last 2 years, Coach Jacobson has gone away from it. They play a lot of man defense.
Well, you see that on display here.
Yep, and Auburndale very patient. White Eagle in the land of giants. Outside Wilford 3, back iron no good. Warren gets the rebound without jumping.
Alex Wilfort's really not available on Tuesday night. He may have logged 2 minutes in that win against Edgar. On the floor here to start tonight.
Yeah, and they didn't need it. Offensive foul on Grant Warren.
So our first stoppage tonight, Dan. Go ahead, Auburndale starting 5.
Yep, number 5, Lucas Yeski. He's the muscle inside, averaging 10 points a game. Alex Wilford, the leading scorer on the team, 14.5 points a game, 4 rebounds. 23, Evan Scholl. He's been coming on as of late. He had a big game Tuesday night. Mason White Eagle, 11.5 a game. And Kaden Weinferter, shooter, coach's son, 10.5 points a game, most of them from outside the arc.
Yeah, shooter had 12 points here. No, 18?
18. 6 threes.
6 threes on Tuesday night in that win against Edgar.
So because we were here for the holiday tournament, Mason White Eagle drew the 7-footer every time down, and he scored really well. White Eagle blocked from behind by Warren. Love takes it the other way.
That was Marquette, Ethan Marquette from WIAA Fremont.
Yep.
7 foot.
Seehafer, contested shot at the rim is good. Yeah, Mason White Eagle, I want to say that he had 16 points in the paint against the 7-footer. Really, really worked him hard. We We've seen this the last couple times when we've had Auburndale here on the network. A lot more patient in talking to Coach Weinfurter, really focusing on the defensive end and hoping that the offense comes around. Scholl from the outside, no good.
Yeah, they were ultra focused on Tuesday night, Dan. In that second half, they didn't let up an Edgar field goal until 2 seconds left in the game, and those were all reserves in the game at that point.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Not a made field goal in 17 minutes and 58 seconds
Crazy.
for Edgar here in the second half.
Crazy at the varsity boys level.
Well, that Auburndale
would happen.
defense, I mean, they were stifling.
Scholl, really good idea. Tried to slip it inside, but he stepped on the end line.
Slip it right in there.
Tried.
Yeah.
Blake Rabb in the game for the first time for the Eagles, along with Trayton Weber.
And thank you again for getting the name right and all the names right. Dan's really good at that. I'm not always that good.
Tanner Lepper in our chat talking about a triple overtime JV game. That is everyone's nightmare.
Bad news for somebody.
Everybody at the gym, that's kind of the nightmare scenario.
Yeah, it really is. And I've talked to other varsity officials about that, and they tell me that the officials really are in charge of controlling whether it goes to overtime in a JV contest.
Warren can't get it to go. White Eagle, 2-on-1. He gets hit from behind by Drew Love. Great play. Ends up being a steal, trying to come back the other way.
Yeah, Warren hadn't quite come all the way back, but that little pressure by the Eagles after the turnover stopped the fast break down to the Garantula.
Hexema puts it up, no good. Warren gets the rebound. He's going to shoot two.
Yep.
Another second chance opportunity.
See that materialize, don't you?
Warren, a pretty good free throw shooter, especially for his size. A lot of times you see these 6'8", 6'9" guys shoot 50%, a little less than 50. I don't have his stats in front of me, but he's probably closer to a 70% free throw shooter.
Okay. That's, good enough for me.
Yeah. He makes them both. 6-0 Marathon early. Very similar to what happened up in Marathon back in November.
Yeah, we had just finished with state football, and that game was happening near to that day.
Yeah, and coming in, a lot of hype with Auburndale, and rightfully so. They played really well second half of the year. Wilford doesn't get it to go.
Yeah, trouble on the offensive end, though, here today. Yeah, and the hype continues. I mean, since the Marathon loss to begin the year, Dan, they have not lost a game.
Nope, 10 in a row. Warren, 14-footer's good. We might get a timeout here. Yep.
Oh, Dan, it's like you know something about this sport, don't you?
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a break. 13:26 left to play in the first half. Marathon up 8-love. Back after this.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
Dan gave us a tennis score, and I gave him a Milos.
Absolutely.
Back from Seinfeld. Those of you familiar. Those that are not, what have you been doing with your life?
Pretty much. If you were at the game and you just want to hang out and talk Seinfeld, come half an hour before the game.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all it is.
Yeah. That's all that it should be.
We had Weinfurter coming off a screen. Good defense by the Red Raiders that time to make sure they have no space to shoot. Wilford in the lane. That's a held ball. Great play by Hexema. It's going to stay here with the Eagles.
Fleet Farm's Auto Service Center can help you get your car ready for winter. Get your tires rotated, battery tested, buy wiper blades, and have them installed. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm.
Eight nothing Marathon. The dream start right now.
Absolutely, and and you knew, and we talked to Coach Jacobson about it, that these Eagles would be firing right away. I mean, they're in their own nest here, and they'd be raring to go, but have not found an offensive bucket yet.
Weinfurter kind of over his left shoulder.
All right.
Eagles' first two of the game.
Well, there's that.
Grant Warren came from the backside to show help, and Weinfurter made the right choice. 8-2. Marathon leads over the Eagles.
Yeah, good turnaround, Jay, there from, again, I'm going to keep saying it, the Auburndale big.
Drew Love, back iron. No
They don't play him like that, but that's what he is.
So there's a stop by Auburndale. It's good to see Alex Wolford back on the floor. He was not feeling well. He didn't look hurt. He looked kind of pale and sickly.
He looks he looks sick. We didn't ask.
No.
Again, he played for 2 minutes, and that was all he could muster on Tuesday night.
Yeah. Didn't start, came in, went out, put a towel on his head.
Mm-hmm. I've done that
teammates.
before.
Yep. Wolford outside three, that almost went.
Yep. Rattled the rim in and out.
11:45 left in the first half. 8-2. Here's Underwood, drives right hand, no good. Put back by Seehafer's missed. Rab with the rebound.
Nice rebound there by Seehafer, just not able to find the right spot on the backboard. Or as they say in some parts of southern Indiana, the bank board.
The bank board.
Yep.
It's a big Marywood South night. Everybody is playing a Marywood South opponent. Assumption is hosting Stratford, I believe, tonight.
Yep.
And Edgar travels to Newman.
All right, Weinfurter with a couple of buckets here, Dan. He starts to heat up.
Auburndale is showing three-quarter court pressure.
Or if he's not heated up, he's at least activated.
Yeah, I'm sure that his dad told him that he's got to do a little bit more than stand on the arc shooting threes tonight.
Well, you know, they had that whole film to look at from back on whatever it was, November 20-something or other, and saw what worked, saw what didn't, and I talked to Coach Jacobson about that too. Auburndale felt that they were kind of surprised that night. They were kind of caught off guard about Marathon, and you can best believe, as they say, that Auburndale not caught off guard tonight.
Yeah, for as much hype as Auburndale got, Marathon got zero of it. If there was hype, it was the other way, right? Because Marathon was incredible last year, only had a couple losses. They won the conference, and they lost everyone.
Yeah, Marathon coming in was thought of as a one-man team.
Yeah.
But here they are, though, battling for the conference title.
Coach Jacobson, of course, one of the best coaches in the area.
Yeah, really good. And just an all-around good dude.
Yep, absolutely. Yeski turnaround jumper, hit the rim twice. No good.
You know, we've said a lot about the Auburndale defense, so let's give some credit to the Marathon defense here tonight.
LaQuad doesn't get it to go.
Even the two buckets that have been made, everything's been contested. Everything.
White Eagle, great job stopping and controlling his body and not plowing into the defender. 6-0 lead, or 6-0 run for Auburndale. Warren drew three guys. Rab with the steal.
Yeah, Rab knocked it free.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Jacobson, you want your big guy to get the ball closer to the rim.
Well, here's the other big, getting to work. Go to work, big fella. We got a tie game out here.
Timeout Marathon. We'll be back with the Marywood South Boys Game of the Week after this on Zaleski Sports.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium, company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Back here in Auburndale, it's time to get back to work. It's time to find a great job with great pay at Nikolai Construction. Find year-round work in carpentry, concrete, and steel that has you home every night. Stop in and see Brad or Rob at Nikolai Construction on East 29th Street in Marshfield. It's time to get back to work. Get back to work with Nikolai Construction of Marshfield.
Time to get back to work.
Yeah.
8 apiece here at Auburndale High School. It's a first-place game. Winners in first. We are just starting the second rotation through the schedule, so we're halfway home.
Mm-hmm.
The boys were halfway through the season. The girls probably were there last week, I would say.
Yep.
3 teams tied for first with 1 loss. They've all beaten each other.
Yeah, in this conference, and we've talked about it, we've done a lot of Marywood South games, Dan. It's the top half and the bottom half.
Yep. Rab hits a 3. 11-0 run for the Eagles.
You got Newman, Marathon, Auburndale, that's the top half, and then just a a huge canyon, I think. I'm going to call it huge.
Yeah, it's big.
To the other three of the table, Stratford, Edgar, and Assumption, and in that order.
Yeah.
And it's a big canyon between those two groups.
Marathon beat Auburndale back up in Marathon.
Yep.
Auburndale beat Newman here just before Christmas, I think it was.
Yep.
And then Newman beat Marathon at Newman.
In overtime.
In overtime.
And a strange ending to the game.
Yeah.
Marathon could have won that, right? They were shooting a free throw with, 1 or 2 seconds left? Something like that.
A second, yeah.
It was 3 free throws, so it's tough to get up there and knock down all 3. There was timeout in the middle of it, and all those kind of things were going on, and tied the game, though, from the free throw line.
Underwood over his left shoulder.
Underwood over. I get what you did there. I see it.
1 point lead for Auburndale, and they turned it over. Back to Marathon. Weinfurter back in the game.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Carrie Van Aert State Farm on auto, homeowners, renters, and more. For area residents, including Auburndale folks, give Carrie Van Aert a call or find Carrie Van Aert State Farm on Facebook to get started.
Everybody needs insurance.
Yeah, I go to Carrie Van Aert, and that's how I found her on Facebook. That's how that all happened.
Warren carving his way inside for 2. Did a real good job. Gave that big target hand.
Yep.
For the guard to get the ball to. Absolutely.
A big garantula paw.
Yeah. 1 point lead for Marathon. Stolen away, just taken away by Hexima.
Just strength there on display.
Yeah. Puts up a 3, back iron no good. Yeski with the rebound.
That would have been a nice way to polish off a steal.
Yeah. Scholl 3, defended by Wolfel, doesn't go. Drew Love with the ball, top of the key.
If that's his real name.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it.
Love taken away. Leak out, White Eagle. Little spinorama.
All right, there we go.
White Eagles got 4. Auburndale leads by 1. Back and forth.
Hockey term, he put him in the spin cycle.
Yeah. This gym got some electricity. We got some people here tonight. Drew Love over his left shoulder.
Well, and just wait till we get some drama in here. This has been somewhat standard issue basketball here through the first 11 minutes.
I think we've had 5 lead changes already. Outside Scholl misses everything.
Got pretty excited to have that shot there.
Yeah, he just shot one from the same place, and he had a hand in his face, and he was excited he was open that time.
Yep.
Maybe too excited. Missed it long. 14-13. Marathon with the lead, under 7 to play. Warren, shot fake.
Triple team down there. Somebody's got to be open.
Yeah, Underwood passed up a 3, and I'm a little bit surprised by that. But it worked out because Hexima is going to go to the line to shoot a pair. Weber's got 2 fouls now.
All right, as that happens, nobody knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms. With roots in Amherst, now based in Hancock, this 5th-generation potato and vegetable farm produces many varieties of chipping potatoes, currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. Learn more about the best in the potato business at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm.
Hexima makes the first. It's still a little bit too early to talk about playoffs in the tournament.
It's just only in the slightest way. I like talking about it, though.
I do too.
I mean, that's why we play these games,
we're
to get to the playoffs.
I mean, that.
Yeah, we're allowed to talk about whatever we want.
Yeah. Marathon Auburndale are in the same sectional, the same half sectional, so they will be seated against each other. Warren, second chance opportunity, a little bit too easy.
Oh, yeah.
Need to box out.
Go to work, big fella.
Warren's got 8. 4-point Red Raider lead.
Yeah, again, Marathon starts on an 8-0 run. Auburndale battles back. Lead changes. And now Marathon back
going
up by
on
4.
A little bit of a run here.
A mini run.
Yeah. 5-0 run. 6:20 left to play in the first half. Wilford has not gotten going yet. He's the Eagles' leading scorer, and he's probably the only guy in the team that can really take over a game if he has to.
Yeah, and again, I know Auburndale's got 13, but they haven't found the track yet. And I've given credit, but I think we need to say it again. The Red Raider defense has been really good here through the first 12 minutes. Yeah, really
Underwood
good.
commits the foul, but you could see Auburndale isolated Wolford that time. Took it to his left hand and able to get the foul. Stolen away, Hexema. Great athletic play for 2. Couple steals for Cooper Hexema.
Yep.
I think Luke's his brother, graduated. I hope so, otherwise I'm just making up names. Weinfurter forces up a 3, bang, almost went.
Oh my. All right.
Yeah, that shot felt like a little bit of desperation, like you're trying to make something happen instead of letting the game come to you.
Well, I think, though, that's, somewhat of a...
one!
Oh, my gosh. Come on.
Weinfurter drew him down there, and Grant Warren did a great job of getting into the body. And Weinfurter wasn't straight up. He had his hands forward over Grant, and it's a foul every time.
No, it is. I mean, just when Grant Warren is on, right, when he's playing well, he's almost always going to be the best player in the gym.
Yep.
It just seems unfair.
He has 11. He has half of the Red Raiders' points.
Yeah.
Again, that happens. But it's a 9-point lead. It's the biggest lead of the game for Marathon.
And just moments ago, Auburndale thought, hey, you know what? We're really close here to picking up some steam, getting some momentum, getting things figured out. And now they look, and they're down by 9.
See, Weinfurter has Hexema on him. Great defense. Switching top of the key. Wilford to the rim for 2.
Okay.
His first 2 of the game.
Yeah, maybe that's the key for the Eagles.
Warren has it, drives baseline.
Oh,
Whoa.
Come on. He just took Weinfurter to the hole, took him to the rack.
He was behind the backboard. It doesn't matter when you're that big and you just have your arm that can just swoop it in.
6'8", wingspan probably nearing 7 feet.
Yeah. He's putting on a show in the first half.
He really is.
He did the same thing at Newman when we were there.
Just what I was going to say, Dan. So let's, we'll temper the enthusiasm.
Weinfurter, tough play, doesn't fall.
Yeah,
Hexema with the rebound.
A few times already in this game, Dan, we've seen Weinfurter do what we really haven't seen him do all year, and that's drive the ball, get to the basket. So something that Coach Weinfurter has decided has got to be a little different here tonight.
Ooh, I feel like
it was close.
That's close. That's Grant Warren's second offensive foul.
That's a big deal. Second foul, and Coach Jacobson is he's asking about that down here. We'll turn the camera. He's saying, come on here. Everybody was moving. We're all moving together.
Yeah, he's a little bit upset because Warren didn't extend his arm. And it looked like Weinfurter might have just been backpedaling a little bit, maybe tripped, and there was some contact, it looked like.
Yeah,
maybe incidental more than anything. But
he's still looking for further explanation.
Yep. So Warren is out of the game. Let's see how Auburndale attacks this Marathon defense.
I think it's a big deal. 4 minutes, and he's probably not coming back in here in the half.
White Eagle working on Underwood. Good defense. The 2-man game over here. Back out to Rab. Rab's going to shoot the college 3. Missed everything. Rebound comes down to Marathon. Great effort that time and out of bounds. So the tenacious defense forces a turnover.
Both teams, Dan, playing a little bit short now with Warren on the bench here. Weinfurter taking a break. Yeski is on the floor. He's just over 6 feet tall by a couple of hairs. But, the two teams right now without the bigs on the floor look really different, don't they?
Yeah. Wilford's also on the bench, which is big. So he's probably not feeling that great still.
You got to pace him, right?
Yep.
Pace him a little bit. But, this just looks like two different teams now on the floor.
We've seen Auburndale struggle to score at times. They're a really good shooting team. But this is the second time through the conference now. There's no place to hide. Everybody knows who your shooters are. Everybody knows what you run. White Eagle, nice baseline move, able to get the jumper up and in.
You talked about Grant Warren before coming from behind the backboard. There, White Eagle coming around the backboard. Yep. Nice move on his part.
Yeah, he runs block to block or short corner to short corner really well, better than probably anybody else in the conference. And that's why he draws the big post players. Have a
Offensive foul here again. So Hexema
yeah.
tabbed with the foul. So each team now with 4 fouls here in the half. We don't suspect we're going to have any kind of a free throw competition as we come down the final 3 minutes here.
I'd be surprised if we see Warren back in the game this half.
I don't see why. You're up by 7. You're probably a nice shot there from White Eagle, but
Yeah.
probably going to be up going to the break. I don't see any reason to force him back in.
Steal, White Eagle, pass to Scholl. Got it to go.
Well, probably, Dan. Probably, but here he comes.
Yep, the full court pressure defense. Sometimes you don't have to have anything elaborate. Just trying to have the ball handlers make decisions that they're not used to making 80 feet from the basket is enough to turn it over. Kind of a nitpick foul underneath. Looks like it's going to be on Rab.
But again, Coach Jacobson has seen enough. Coach Weinfurter will send his big. So they go big coming in, big going out. Battle of the bigs.
See if Auburndale goes right after Warren.
You got 2 minutes to see if you can get him his third.
Yep.
It's worth it. It's worth the opportunity.
Absolutely. And if you're Grant Warren or Coach Jacobson, he needs to play smart.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because a third foul going into the second half is a much, much bigger deal than just 2. Underwood to contested right-hander is good. He has 6.
It gets Marathon back in the scoring column. They had been without for a little while.
26-21, under 2. Wolfert, bounce pass to White Eagle. White Eagle, no place to go. Weinfurter splits the defenders.
The closeout's racing at him there.
Yep. Up ahead, this is Seehafer for a layup.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic, Dan, to the Auburndale defense to let that runner get behind him.
Yeah, Marathon's leaking out on those. And why not? If you have somebody that is probably going to clean the glass, do it.
Yeah, you get 6'8", a rebound power back there. You can afford to send one.
Yeah. Yeski has not gotten going yet. I don't know if he's even shot yet.
We've said his name twice. I mentioned his height a few minutes ago, and you mentioned his 0 in the score column right now. He's got 2 points, actually. No, he doesn't.
Block
Sorry.
for 2.
You're right. He's got 0.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. It's a team game.
Team sport.
It is a team sport. 5-point game.
So what you're saying here, if the officials are the 3rd team, we're the 4th team?
We are a team.
Okay.
Love over his right shoulder. Left-handed lay-in's good. Rumor has it there's a college here looking at him tonight.
Okay. I've heard that same rumor.
Yeah. Kind of a silly foul.
Yeah, it's just so late in the clock. 37 seconds, and, Coach is going to, say, hey, listen, do some court awareness here. Remember what we talked about,
And really good job by Jacobson taking Grant out here.
Yeah. Yep. Only thing that can happen is he can get a rebound or a foul.
Yeah.
And either are not worth the final 37 seconds.
But since Warren came in, there's Yeski. Quick hitter. Can't get it to go. Oh, and rebound. Putback is good. But you saw Marathon starting to flutter a little bit. Warren comes back on the floor. They go on a little bit of a run. He's the heart and soul of the offense. There's no doubt about it. Seehafer can't get it to go. White Eagle is going to get fouled. It's not a bonus situation yet.
Nope. But that's exactly why you take Warren out, right? Just that 5th foul with 15 seconds left. You just don't need any of your guys to get that. They got it there, though.
Seehafer's 2nd foul. He is a starter. He averages almost 8 points a game. So clock shows 12.
Yep, be a Marathon lead at the break.
They are going to lead. You were right. Scholl, right-handed in. 2 seconds. Drew Love from 3/4 court's got a shot. Too strong.
Off the top of the bank board.
Bankboard. All right, it was a really entertaining first half. Halftime score, the Marathon Red Raiders 30, the Auburndale Eagles 27. This is a first-place matchup. It's the Murraywood South Boys Game of the Week on Zaleski Sports.
At Bauer & Fine Business Technologies in Marshfield, our company has been serving Central Wisconsin since 1955. We're still locally owned and believe strongly in supporting the communities that support us. If you're a current customer, thank you. If you're not a current customer, we'd love to work with you. Let's talk about copiers, printers, postage meters, and network services. Give us a call today at 800-288-2712 or visit our website at b-bt.com. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies. Better business together.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great child care you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Start your classes and get your degree right here, or transfer to your 4-year.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. In person at 4 convenient campuses, online or a hybrid.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here for your Career Accelerator Certificate, a quick way to get ahead in your career.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Register to start this fall.
Get started at mstc.edu.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here.
You know, Dan, some people belong at Midstate, and that's true. And some people belong right here in this gym, and that's me and you. This is
That's right.
Yeah, but an entertaining game. As you said, going out to commercial, it's our Merriwood South boys basketball game of the week here in Auburndale this week. We get a chance to see Marathon twice next week on the network. Mosinee and
Athens.
Thank
Your Blue
you.
Jays.
My Blue Jays. Yeah, are we going to that game? I don't know who's going to that game.
Maybe.
I don't know. So we get that. I think we're bereft of Auburndale action next week. I think
We've seen Auburndale a lot, though.
I would say probably half, maybe more than half of these games have been Auburndale Eagles games.
Auburndale has Spencer and Rib Lake next week, so
I would say no.
Yeah, two pretty easy wins.
Well, should be.
We're the media. We can give team wins.
Oh yeah, I think
that's what we do.
Yeah, I would fully expect when Coach Weinfurter's staff sends in the scores next week, those are going to be wins and probably bigger wins.
They are running clock favorites.
It certainly are.
Let's say that.
All right, 30-27 is our halftime score. Dan, the home Auburndale Eagles in trail position, and Dan will tell us about Auburndale scoring in the first half.
Yeah, only one three-pointer made by Auburndale, a little bit different offensively for those that follow the Eagles. 8 points for Caden Weinfurter, 8 points for Mason White Eagle, 4 points for Evan Scholl, 3 points on a Blake Rabb 3, 2 points apiece for Lucas Yeski and Alex Wolfert. So 2 points apiece for Yeski and Wolfert, two of your big studs, as it were. If you look at the scoreboard, you're down by 3, and your two of your big players haven't gotten going yet. You probably feel okay if you're Coach Weinfurter.
All right, before we get to marathon stats that Dan will give us, I'll tell you Purple Mountain Solutions is your business's go-to for both public and private warehousing, product delivery, whatever it is you're shipping, you know you can depend on Purple Mountain Solutions to get it there safely and efficiently. It's the same way we depend on Dan Ross to give us Marathon Red Raiders first half scoring.
Grant Warren, 13 big points, and he's 3 of 3 at the free throw line. Prophetic. I am looking at the Godfather next to me, and he's eyeing up this eagle.
I love the eagle.
Yeah, he's giving autographs. He's taking photos.
It's the star of the show, and for good reason. I mean, no, you can't take the head off the eagle. Who is doing that there?
That's dangerous.
Girls have realized that they're on camera during the halftime. People are sending them snap faces coming in left and right.
Yeah.
Now we got to get somebody to activate that eagle on our camera. Now they're leaving. They don't want to be on camera. All right, Dan, marathon
All right.
Scoring first half.
Grant Warren, 13. 6 for Tyler, excuse me, Tyler Underwood. 4 for Dr. Drew Love. 4 for Mason Seehafer. 3 for Cooper Hexema. 4 or 5 at the free throw line. Auburndale has not shot a free throw.
Surprised about that?
Not really.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Jump shooting team.
I would say it's just what I was going to say. You know it already, so you don't need me to tell you anything. Yeah, jump shooting team, and with some of the guys like Wilford and Yeski that attack the rim, they have a combined 4 points. That hasn't happened yet. So if you're not going to get after the rim, you're probably not going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, I think that coming in, the game that we saw was probably what we figured would happen, right? Mm-hmm. So second half, expect a lot of the same. The offense should go through Warren every time down if you're Marathon. Auburndale, you want to be able to keep your motion offense running. You want to be able to try to get your shooters open, more open than they were in the first half. And whichever team is able to sustain the longest run is going to win this, right? This whole first half was a game of runs, 8-0 runs, 11-0 run by Marathon. And might be, you know what, whoever has the ball last is going to win this one. This is one of those types of games. Yeah, that's a good point, Dan, because for as what it looked like, as deficient as Auburndale played in the first half, it's just a 3-point game. Yeah. Feel like just watching the game and here, like feeling what's going on, feel like Marathon's up by 8, 10, but it's not the case. Auburndale closed quite a bit. They closed really well the last 90 seconds of that first half, able to put it back to within 3. Okay, we'll take a break here. Halftime. 3 minutes left to the start of second half action on Zaleski Sports.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill's Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill's Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center. Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Central Wisconsin Glass is Central Wisconsin's choice for your next new or remodeled shower and bathroom. The experts at Central Wisconsin Glass will effortlessly guide you through the design and installation process. Have the elegant and modern shower and bathroom you've been looking for. Call Central Wisconsin Glass at 715-387-8010. That's 715-387-8010. And Central Wisconsin Glass on Facebook for your residential, commercial, and vehicle glass needs.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
All right, back here in Auburndale as the final halftime seconds tick off the clock. And Dan, I'll just pick up where I left off for the warts, or not even that. It just didn't look like Auburndale had played their best, or even close to their best in the first half. And yet here they are, only trailing by 3 to start the second.
Absolutely. Similar scores, the Marawood South.
Oh, please.
Looks like Newman leads Edgar by 1, 23-22, a little bit of a surprising score over in Wausau.
I would say Merriwood South fans would agree with you that Newman only being up by 1 against Edgar, that's a score you wouldn't have thought about seeing.
Warren misses at the rim. Stratford, a 6-point lead over in Wisconsin Rapids.
About the score, about the score you would have expected to see there.
Yep. Set play, White Eagle throws it to the blue mat. Nobody there.
Protective mat.
Yeah. For those that have not been to Auburndale High School, this is a good gym.
Oh, it's a great gym. Great gym for basketball. This is the Tim Anderson Gymnasium here in Auburndale. Thank you for reminding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big coach.
Famous.
Yep.
Statewide famous coach Tim Anderson.
Auburndale looks like they're in a zone this time. Nope, they're still playing man.
So same game plan really for both teams. We've had a couple possessions to examine, but there are really no changes here, and maybe you wouldn't expect it just being a three-point game.
Yeah, Underwood has 8, and I think they've all kind of been that one-handed push shot over his left shoulder. It's what the defense is giving him and is able to capitalize so far. White Eagle in the high post. Hands it off to Scholl. Scholl, jumper, a little bit strong, no good. Warren clears.
Scholl just raced down that low block and thought he had a good one.
Underwood's got Weinfurter on him. Here's an inside touch to Warren and one.
Wow. It seems simple to say just feed the big fella, but it turns out it is rather simple to do.
Second foul on Mason White Eagle. Warren was in the paint for a while that time, and you could hear Coach Weinfurter pleading to the officials that he can't just get the sleeping bag out and just camp there the entire time. Looked like it was probably about right. Quick start for Marathon, 5-0 run out of the locker room, and again, the lead grows to 8.
Yeah, started 8-0, and then here in the second half, 5-0. Exactly what the doctor ordered for the Red Raiders here in Auburndale.
Yeah, neither team has a lot of depth. Auburndale probably a little bit more than what Marathon has. We'll see how that factors into this late in the game. Yeski working hard, puts up the right hand. Hook is good.
I tell you, I don't know if I've seen Yeski work harder this year for a bucket, and I think the Eagles are going to need that coming down here in the second half.
Yep, they need Lucas and they need Alex to really get going the second half. This is the last time that these teams will play each other before the playoffs, if they happen to face each other at that point.
I suspect they will. We had...
look at that post-entry pass. Oh, Warren missed it.
I was going to say, Dan, we had that occurrence last year between Marathon and Stratford, three times.
Weinfurter smartly passes up the 3. Warren got a block, and he had his eyes on a second block that possession. Wilford, right-handed layup is good.
All right, there you go. You get Yeski. Now you get Wilford, and perhaps for the Eagles, things are starting to look right.
Lead trimmed to 4, 15 minutes left. Love, top of the key. Being patient. Here comes the high roll, or high pick. Being a little bit patient this time down. Underwood, little scoop, right-handed layup. Underwood, underhand.
Yeah, and just like the first half, Dan, any little spark from Auburndale is quickly answered by the Red Raiders.
The winner of this game, solidly in first, maybe tied with Newman.
Well, certainly in good position. You know, January is such a long month of basketball. A lot of ebb and flow during the month of January. But
it's kind of a grind, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a grind for us. Like, imagine practicing and playing these games.
No, I don't practice anymore. I just show up for game day. That's it. No practice.
I'm going to send you to some of our Husky games and Husky practices. It's every night. Yeski working hard.
I'm the modern day Allen Iverson.
Practice?
You're talking about practice, not talking about a game. talking about practice. And he didn't, think that he needed to be at every practice.
He probably didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of the NBA guys do.
Well, and during the course of an NBA season, you really only have 6 practices.
Grant Warren says, you know what? It's kind of tough in there. I'm going to shoot this 20-footer.
Oh, the air is way easier to breathe when there's nobody else around you.
Plus, you have to run back shorter distance.
That's right.
Weinfurter, missed the bunny. Weber keeps the possession going. Scholl for 3.
Oh, and Scholl hung it up there for the whole gym to see.
So the teams trade 3-point baskets. We're under 13 left.
Yeah, Dan, thinking of the foul situation too. I mean, Grant Warren coming out with 2, and that's no longer that any kind of danger territory. But even in the half, we'll keep it here. Even in that first half, fouls were tough to find out there, and that's a good thing. And here in the second half, just 1 foul. So, been a pretty clean game. You mentioned Auburndale hasn't shot a free throw yet today. Marathon just with a handful, and I just think of the pace of the game. Again, we played that first half in less than 30 minutes, and that happens when the whistles aren't coming out, and they're not coming out because there's just 2 well-disciplined teams out here tonight.
Yeah, the officials know the teams ahead of time, right?
Yep.
They are students of the game as much as anybody else is. They know that these teams are both 7-1 in conference. Auburndale's ranked number 7 in the state. Marathon's been ranked most of the season. They know it's going to be a great game. There's going to be a lot of eyes on it. Let them play. And that's what the officials have done. That's what good officials do.
Yep, and it's been a really entertaining basketball game to watch here thus far. For the best in recreational or hunting properties in Wisconsin, call Brian Roosh with Whitetail Properties. Share your goals with Brian. He'll tell you where and how to make it a reality. Give Whitetail Properties a call at 715-213-4468. That's 715-213-4468. Whitetail Properties.
12:45 left to play. Marathon with the ball, up by 4. Marathon in their red jerseys. Of course, they come out in the warm-ups, the old Indiana University warm-ups.
Yeah, it looks really sweet.
Canes. Yep.
Yeah.
Stolen away by Weber.
Got the swoosh under the Raiders on the front, and then the pinstripe or just the striped pants.
Yeah.
A really sweet look.
Yeski's called for a dribbling violation.
I mentioned early in the season, Columbus Catholic came out in these really cool-looking gray unis, and I wanted the gray shorts, and I'm still on back order for the gray shorts. Those of you out there listening, and I suppose I'm talking to Coach Adam Jacobson, when he rewatches this game tonight, hook a guy up with a pair of those pants. So I'm telling you, I'll pay for them. I'm not saying give them to me for free, but tell me how to get them.
They've had them forever too. It's a tradition. Marathon rich with basketball tradition, basketball history, going back 40, 50 years. Love is fouled. He'll shoot 2.
And I'm a guy known to wear blue, but I'll do it with those pants. Whatever they cost, let me know, Coach.
You know they have a whole bunch in the back room somewhere, right?
I'm saying, help me out. Still waiting for my gray shorts, though, from the Columbus Catholic boys. I made that request back in November.
Free throw's good. Marathon has shot well from the free throw line. 6 of 7. Again, Auburndale has not shot a free throw yet.
Yeah, in a tight game, that can make a difference. We'll see. Still 12 minutes to play here, but, in any close game, you always look back on the free throws, made and missed, and you can often find where, if you're on the short end of it, where you lost out. And right now, Auburndale on the short end of it without any free throws.
Yeah, and a lot of casual fans might say it's not fair. Marathon's shooting a lot more free throws than my team is, and there's a reason for that. Got to take the ball to the rim.
Yeah, Auburndale just hasn't had any play inside of 6 feet.
Yeah. Yeski's getting there, trying.
Yeah, the jump shots have been contested, but again, they've been cleanly contested. Just I can't speak enough about the Marathon defense here tonight.
Given the schedules remaining and what's left, I really feel like the winner of this game might end up with a 1 seed in the tournament. It's too early to tell that, and there's math and stuff involved, but I feel if Auburndale comes back, White Eagle too strong off the backboard. If Auburndale comes out of this game and they're 12-1, 11 games in a row, they're probably the 1 seed.
They would pass the eye test for that. The cold-hearted, steely-eyed WIAA supercomputer would need to weigh in. And we've got, what would you call it here, some illegitimate keys for the supercomputer.
It's true.
But we think we know the code. We think we know it.
Love backing down White Eagle. No good. Looked like he might have been bumped on that. No call.
Zaleski Sports VIP members get to see those seeds about a week ahead of anybody else, and you get to see seed previews. Those started coming out a couple weeks ago.
White Eagle up. That's exactly what he did when went against the 7-footer from WIAA. Just quick. Too quick.
And again, we continue talking about the lack of free throws and some other deficiencies for the Eagles as an offensive foul will further illustrate my point, and it's just a 3-point game.
It is. Love called with that offensive foul.
So the Eagles with the ball, chance to tie here. A somewhat 3-point oriented team. It's not out of the realm of reasonability. You'll launch a 3 here, but they're, for everything that perhaps hasn't gone to plan for Auburndale, they're exactly where they want to be.
Great game.
Yeah, great game. Great game. Glad we're here.
Yep, approaching the 4th quarter. Rab picks up his dribble. Weber's looking inside. Now he stops in the paint.
Yeah, fortunately for Weber there, he's able to unload it. You want to go in the lane with a plan.
White Eagle.
White Eagle has a plan.
Yeah, he gets the roll.
He has got plans, Dan.
He's got a dozen. The lead is down to 1.
The White Eagle just a man of business here in this second half.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want to go in the lane without a plan. Oftentimes you're going to get the ball stolen or rejected.
Yeah, too easy for Warren. Warren put Weinfurter on his back, and that's where he stayed.
Yep. He says, yeah, listen here, fella, we're going to take a little vacation to a place I like to call the Rim.
21 for Warren. 9.5 to play. 3-point game.
Oh, White Eagle going to go back down again? Oh,
yep.
Okay. Yeah, Warren may have let it up last time. I don't think 2 possessions in a row the Warren's going to stand for White Eagle backing him down.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You know that Warren is on White Eagle. White Eagle needs to get the ball and be outside, right? Because Warren has to follow you.
Yeah.
And if you can pop that, you're going to have an open 3 the entire night until they start switching, and that's when you can really take advantage of Warren not being by the basket. It's what Auburndale failed to do the first time down, or the first time they played.
Mm-hmm.
Auburndale has a much better game plan this time for Warren, thankfully.
Yeah, if you're an Eagles fan, you're a little bit, you're not that uneasy about the score right now.
Love goes at White Eagle.
All right, White Eagle.
Yeah.
Whew. Able
to deflect the ball just a little bit. This is Wilford. Head of steam. He traveled.
Yep. And there we saw it, Dan. I hate to keep banging a drum on something, but we just saw it a couple of times again. Now Wilford in the lane without a plan, and you turn it over.
Yeah. Looked like he was trying to do the old Euro step, but he kind of double tapped his foot, and that's going to be a travel.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't have a thought. He just didn't have a plan.
Yeah.
It's 2 different things.
He had a big head of steam going down the lane.
Mm-hmm.
Closed up quick. Good defense by the Red Raiders. Here's Warren. Warren hands it off to Seehafer. Fouled.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Won't go in.
Yeah, and Weinfurter correctly bats that ball out of there before it does fall in. That was a bullet pass under the basket. 6-foot pass that went about 105.
Seehafer's going to shoot 2. His first trip to the line tonight. Almost had a 3-point play there.
Spectrum Benefit Solutions with offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, life insurance, and more. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started.
Seehafer misses both, but Grant Warren gets a putback. 23 points for the big fella. 5-point Red Raider lead. Yeski, open 3, no good. Ball's still loose, stays with the Eagles. Yeski had a real good look at it, and high arcing shot, didn't fall. Coach Weinfurter kind of chirping at him in his ear. Knocked back out of bounds. Eagles will try it again.
Okay.
In the first half, they had a quick hitter. It worked perfectly, coming off a screen off the diagonal cut here. Let's see if they do it again. Here comes Wilford. Well defended by Marathon that time. Auburndale doing kind of a weave here. Yeski takes another three. That missed worse. Love with the rebound. Coach Weinfurter has his head in his hands. Then Auburndale slow to get back, but a blocked shot. Playing back the other way, White Eagle. Great defense by Hexema to get back and stop the ball handler.
So the transition defense is so important.
Weinfurter, turnaround jumper is good.
Pretty smooth looking J there from Weinfurter.
He's got 10. The lead's down to 3.
Yeah, it always seems to get back to 3. And for this game anyway, Red Raiders then able to kind of hit the gas a little bit. We'll see if Auburndale can stop that trend.
Great game. Thank you for tuning in. Tune in for a good one.
Yeah, Luke online watching. Luke says he saw the Allen Iverson reference from a mile away. Said that was a good one.
Yeah.
Every now and then I do something.
Warren working on Weinfurter, just puts one up one-handed and gets it to fall.
You know, when you got to the altitude that Warren has, you're able to do things like that.
Yeah. Mason Prey is a heck of a ball player for Newman.
Okay.
I think Warren's better right now because he can just take over a game, and that's what he's doing right now. Both ends of the floor. Wolfert, 3 off the rim, no good. Ball's loose. Yeski and Love. Love comes up with it.
It's pure hustle there from Love.
6:25 left to play. 5-point lead for Marathon and the ball.
Yeah, Coach Jacobson called to play.
Rab is in the face of Underwood.
Just a little too much there. It's again, nothing wrong with the idea. Just a little bit too much. Right over the line went Rab.
Newman up by 6 on Edgar. Edgar
still a close game.
Very pesky.
Yeah.
They always play Newman really tough.
Huh.
Edgar did not play Auburndale tough on Tuesday.
Did not. No, especially in the second half. They were not present. And a lot to do with that Auburndale defense on Tuesday night.
Yep. Warren over his left shoulder.
Oh, just so smooth.
Putting on a clinic. He's got 27.
He sure is.
The lead is back up to 7. Quick timeout.
Okay. You know, Dan, let's do the same. We'll take a timeout. You're watching the Merriwood South Boys Basketball Game of the Week on Zaleski Sports.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Back here in Auburndale, Coach Weinfurter pulls the trigger on the timeout. Dan, are the Eagles close to the gas tank being empty here, do you think? I mean, they've had to hustle up and down the floor, offense and defense.
Could be. Marathon's really making Auburndale work tough. They're getting 2-3 tries every time down, and a lot of that is because of Grant Warren. A lot of it is just the determination, hustle by the Red Raiders.
You ever heard or been told that in the game of basketball that you rest on offense? You ever heard that? Somebody say that before?
I have.
If you believe that, Auburndale's not been able to rest at all here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where that saying came from, and coaches probably think, what?
Sounds like something your dad would say.
Yeah.
And I know your dad. He's a great guy.
Yeah. Well, maybe in 1920s basketball, you rest on offense.
Shooting into peach baskets.
Not these days. But hey, I've heard it been said before. But
you have to climb the ladder to get the ball out every time.
Every time. Yeah, the game would take about 8 hours. 5 intermissions.
Yeah.
Final score, 6-4.
Marathon tenacious defensively this time down. Little touch foul on Drew Love.
Yep, Auburndale fans at home saying a rare marathon foul. Second in the half.
Little bit too handsy. White Eagle gonna head to the bench. Weber comes back in.
Yep, so Coach Schweinfurter now just managing his starters, getting them to the end of the game somehow, some way. And hopefully it's still there, the game, when they get there.
7-point game. Marathon has been in this man-to-man defense. 3 off the rim, no good. 1 and done again. Underwood with the rebound.
Yeah, but at this point, Dan, we're under 5 to play. This is really Marathon's game to finish out. And as I say that, they cough it up. But, yeah, it's really Marathon's game to finish out. They've got the blueprint for it. They've executed by and large on that blueprint. They've got a 7-point lead, under 5 to play. Marathon in the pole position here.
Those are the kind of turnovers that drive coaches absolutely crazy, because what are you in a hurry to do?
Right.
Right?
Yeah, you're up by 7, no shot clock in Wisconsin. You're going to take some time, and, yeah, it's not one that
Weber
anybody like.
blocked by Warren.
The block down low from the Garantula.
Eating basketballs alive. Eating them whole.
You know, over at Newman when Marathon played, we had the Garantula block counter on the screen, and it worked out really well for the first couple, and then after I put up, the block stopped. So I didn't put it up today.
Yeah, he kind of disappeared the second half of that Newman game.
As not tonight.
Nope.
He has been here for it tonight.
He has 27 of the 49 for Marathon.
Yeah, he's really not had an answer, the Eagles. Not had an answer for the Garantula, except for the 3 minutes he sat out near the end of the first half. You know, Auburndale is applauding their defense here, but Marathon's happy to take time off the clock here as well. So
absolutely.
It's a win-win. But when you're losing, you can't afford that kind of win-win.
This has been about a 40-second possession now.
And counting.
Yep. Good thing there's no shot clock.
There is a 5-second call, and a timeout comes instead. They were at about 4.8 seconds on the 5-second call. We will take that break. Back for more basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Back here in Auburndale, coming out of the Marathon timeout, Coach Jacobson avoids the 5-second call in the turnover.
Warren right back to Seehafer, who's going to shoot 2. I was trying to get the Eagles' attention during the timeout.
I know you
pump
were.
These guys
I
up.
know. Eagles having a nice time watching the game tonight.
Yeah, there's a kid right behind him. Can't see the game at all.
Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing, financial services, loans, leases, crop insurance, tax, and records. They have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, Wausau, Medford, Marshfield, and Auburndale today. Yeah, he's the Eagles taking up somebody's eye line, right? Viewing angle, and then just kind of hanging out. You got to get flapping your wings, Eagle.
Seehafer misses them both.
Dan knows I'm a huge fan and supporter of mascots, but I'm certainly a bigger one of the mascots that are, engaged.
Yeah, well, he had a 6-year-old right behind him. He just watched, just looking at the back of his head.
I mean, Eagles got the best view. He's in the first row, hanging out right there. All right. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Eagles told not to do a whole lot. I don't know.
That doesn't seem possible.
Well, I don't know.
Wolfert picks up his dribble, in some trouble, finds Rab cutting, finds Whitefurter, 3-ball, no good. Marathon got away with one.
Too strong. Yeah, they sure did. He had it lined up. That would have cut it down to 4, but here's Marathon with the ball, up by 7. Under 3 to play, Dan.
Yeah. Auburndale has the horses, they have the shooters, but they need to get stops and they have to capitalize.
Talked to Coach Jacobson in that pregame about his ball handlers. He felt pretty confident about them. Now is when you need your ball handlers to help put this one away.
2:50 left to play. Warren with a touch on the arc. He's fouled by Weinfurter.
So it's going to be team foul number 6. So with 2:47 to play, another strategy, I suppose, or another outlet, another weapon, another choice for Coach Weinfurter is to put the Red Raiders to the free throw line, at least gain some extra possessions. But like Dan just said, they're going to have to score on them, and that hasn't happened a lot here tonight.
Yeah, if you're going to foul someone, number 20 is the guy to foul. He's 0 for 4 at the line, Mason Seehafer. Warren going away, fouled, going to shoot 2.
Took a shot over his shoulder, and it seemed like with the way Grant Warren has played tonight, it was bound to go in. But it bounded around and did not fall through.
Warren has 27. He's 4-4 at the line.
Find your next career path with just a phone call to Express Employment Professionals. With locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield, no matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself some time. Find your next employer at expresspros.com.
Second free throw, no good. That's his first miss of the night. He only has 28.
Only. Could have been 29.
He's just a junior. Scholl gets the jumper to go. Quick timeout by Coach Weinfurter.
Yeah, we'll keep it here, Dan, because you were just talking about this a minute ago. For the Eagles, it almost seems like at this time, right, we've got 2:28 left here to play. Every time down the floor, they have to score. And, you know, if you're going with that every other time, they would need to hold Marathon without. But the taller task is every time down, they've got to put the ball in the bucket.
Yeah.
Seems like.
It doesn't have to be threes, right? And I guarantee you what Coach Weinfurter is talking about right now is what is our pressure going to look like? What's our full court pressure going to look like? How long are we going to take before we try to trap? How long is it going to be before we try to foul? And if we have to foul, who are we going to foul?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Warren, you know, he's about a 65 to 70% free throw shooter. Is he the guy?
Well, he's an option for you. He's an option for you. You talked about
Seehafer's 0 for 4.
Yeah.
And all 4 have not looked great.
Yeah, I'd probably love the last guy to send to the free throw line, probably, if you've got a choice in the matter.
So a lot of options. There's a lot of time left, and since there is no shot clock, you have to foul. You have to foul, or you have to try to force turnovers. Believe it or not, there are people super opposed to the shot clock. Hate the idea of it.
Makes no sense to me.
But if we had let's call it a 45-second shot clock, you know that you get the ball back 3 more times, no matter what.
Yep, right? down by 6.
Yeah. And Warren is fouled and kind of thrown down.
Fell into the badminton net over there. He's all right.
So Warren was definitely the guy to foul.
So that's what was talked about. So the foul parade starts with 2.5 left. This is team foul number 8 for Auburndale. So they can get away with this one and the next one and hope for a miss and suffer no damages.
1-1. Grant Warren missed his last one, but made his first 5.
Okay.
And these have a little bit of pressure to him now. Back iron, no good, and then he fouled.
Committed the foul, and there's nothing wrong with, there's be no real outcome to that foul. It's just his third. It's the team third. Big deal.
Yeah. And honestly, if you're a coach, you're pretty okay with guys having those types of fouls, because if you have to foul at the end, you have to be at 6, or you have to be at 7, right? Being at 3 doesn't help you if suddenly you're down 1 with 10 left.
Well, there's a quick one there, and again, Dan, we talked about during that timeout, Auburndale seems like they've got to score every time down, so they have an inbound play here going to be drawn up to give them the best chance.
You don't need a 3. A 3 does make it a 1-possession game.
Yeah, just score the basketball here.
Yep. So much time left. Wilford, 3, that's well short. He did not have his legs on it.
Well, quick
Looks like he
turnaround.
was. Yeah, Reb had the ball out of bounds, touching the line.
Okay, so all that took about 11 seconds from the inbound from Auburndale to come down the floor. And an inbound and a missed shot.
Warren gets rid of it pretty quick. Hexema has it. Back to Warren. Underwood is fouled from behind.
So, give Underwood an opportunity here. This will be the last 1 and 1. It'll be in the double bonus on the next Auburndale foul. So, again, the last, I guess, what I call good opportunity to have Marathon score none or one from the free throw line. You give a guy 2 shots, he's probably going to make one. You give a guy 1, it seems kind of precious, that 1, and sometimes they don't fall in.
The free throw is good.
Okay.
Makes the front end.
Underwood has never heard of the word pressure before.
He has 11.
Okay. So remains now a 3-possession game.
Bounces out. Auburndale's been fortunate the last couple of times down, but you have to score. Under 2 to play. 7-point game. Weinfurter finds Alex. He's hit from behind. That looked worse than what it was, I think.
just a bang collision there, and Alex, a football player during the fall, and he's going to just take his time here, and it's going to give some time for Lucas Yeske to get up off the floor or get up off the bench, and come onto the floor as our medical staff going to take just a quick look at Alex Wilfert. And as they do, I'll remind you that Dan Ross will be courtside with our winning coach and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game at the conclusion of this one. That is in our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily. NasonvilleDairy.com as a round of applause is heard for Auburndale's Alex Wilfert as he walks slowly back to the bench, but walking. And our official is checking with medical staff to ask if he's permitted to come back in the game. And she said she's still checking on that.
So it'd be interesting there's no free throws, so that's okay. Because there's rules. If a shooter's out, who gets to choose, who gets to shoot.
Right.
And so hopefully Alex is okay. $1:53 left. Auburndale's got to do something in a hurry.
Yeah, now down by 3 possessions, it becomes more of a math game.
Yeah, Scholl doesn't get it to go. Warren, who picked up his 4th foul last time down, gets the ball to Underwood, and he's going to shoot 2.
So, yep, in the double bonus now. So, that math constrictor goes tighter and tighter around the Eagles as they look for a win here at home. Otherwise, Dan, they'll be swept by these Red Raiders. But again, I believe, and what I've seen is they have a very good likelihood to see each other in the playoffs. I believe even with a loss, whoever was going to experience a loss today, I believe these are the 1 and 2 seeds in the section.
For Marathon fans' sake.
After what they went through last year, and if we get a timeout, we'll remind folks of that.
I hope that Marathon is not below Auburndale. Fouled on a 3-point shot.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, there's an opportunity for the Eagles now, Dan. Is 3 from a pretty good shooter. So what happened last year, Dan, Marathon beat Stratford both times in the regular season, but seed math is easy to comprehend. It's tough for some people to swallow. It's easy to math. It's just numbers. Numbers. You can't get numbers wrong. Right? I mean, you can, but if you do it correctly, you'll never be wrong. And so, Stratford was the 2, Marathon the 3 seed, and Marathon got the last laugh, I guess.
Oh, no, they lost.
Oh, I'm sorry, they lost.
Yeah.
Stratford got the last laugh, that's right.
Stratford got all the laughs in the playoffs.
They did get all the laughs.
And they proceeded to lose the next game.
That's right.
Sectionals.
Yep.
But you know what? Our seed math had Stratford as the 2 seed.
No, we knew it.
Yeah.
We knew it, and Zaleski Sports VIP members knew it as well back then. All right, so let's. Nope, just substitution. I thought we had a timeout there. No timeout.
Update from Wausau.
All right.
It's like I have to check this before the scoreboard goes away. Newman by 10, under 4 to play. It was just a 5-point game last time I checked. Edgar holding tight. There's a foul by Rapp.
Walk it down to the other end. So a reminder to people out there, and some Marathon people were kind of upset about the way that all ended. But one single game is just a game in the entire 24-game mathematical equation. It's just 1 of 24. It doesn't matter who you beat, when you beat them, where you beat them. It's 1 of 24. So it's a 24th of the formula, so to speak. Not exactly, but to kind of simplify it, just one game. One game.
Very similar to the NCAA tournament. They have a committee that sits and they look at resumes. They don't have names on them. They just look at who they beat
Yep.
What is your resume?
Yeah.
When it comes to the seeding meeting, who have you played? Who have you beat? The teams that you played, who did they beat? Right?
Yeah, and that selection committee leans very heavily on a number of mathematical formulas to help them make that decision.
Stratford played a better non-conference schedule last year.
Yeah, they did.
This is a backbreaker. Marathon gets the offensive rebound. And they bring it back out. Timeout, Coach Jacobson.
Okay, we'll take our last timeout here tonight. Back for the conclusion after this on Zaleski Sports.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. They are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just to feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
All right, so Coach Jacobson calls the timeout, gets his guys set for the final 87 seconds here in this one. They lead by 6.
6-point lead. Auburndale got what they needed. A missed free throw, but nobody picks out the shooter. So another possession into Love. Love is fouled by White Eagle, his 4th. A lot of the Eagles have 4 fouls, but it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, it's your only chance to see if you can figure out a way to make a less than epic, but still a monumental comeback down by 6.
First one by Love is good. Makes it a 3-possession game, and now the math is getting harder.
Yeah, Love, I don't think many would disagree, if any. The purest shooter of all the Red Raiders, and so he's not going to. I don't think he's going to miss anything here.
Second one rattles in.
Thanks there, Mr. Love, for helping me out.
8-point game.
He'll watch that later tonight, and he said, "I got you, Zaleski. I'm not going to fail."
Stolen away. Quick hands by Hexema. Gets it to Underwood. Back to Hexema. Now, if you're Auburndale, you don't want to foul until he crosses the 10-second line.
Yeah, and Lucas didn't think he did. He's talking to our official there, Mike Klein, and saying, "Man, are you sure? I didn't really think I did that."
Yeski is done. 6 points. 5th foul.
Well, and you suspect maybe 1 or 2 more Dairy Queens before we're done here for the Eagles. 8-point game, minute 11.
Underwood 2 of 4 at the line, so not a bad person to foul. That one rattles home.
Again, make sure to stay tuned to our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Dan will be down courtside with Coach Adam Jacobson in our Zaleski Sports Highlight House Player of the Game. So stay tuned for all of that coming up soon in our Nasonville Dairy postgame show.
10-point game. This game's a lot closer than 10 points, but given the free throws and this at the end. White Eagle for 2. Could have been doing that for a little bit here because Warren has 4 fouls. Just go at him.
I think that's exactly what Coach Weinfurter told his guys. I could almost read his lips. Told his guys coming into the huddle, like, "Oh, come on, guys. We've been talking about doing that." You pull it here with 57 seconds left, but it's easy when you're not one of the 5 on the floor to say, "Oh, if they would just do this, if they would have just done this." But it's part of the game.
So assuming that Marathon's going to hold on here, and that is an assumption still, a lot can happen.
My decision desk just called it, though, a few seconds ago.
Yeah. I've seen enough.
All right.
I've seen enough. Yeah. Marathon improving to 10-2, 8-1 in conference. They don't have Auburndale the rest of the year.
We're done with them.
Right? Marathon
and we'll have swept them.
They will have swept them, yes. And the first of the conference leaders to win on the road against one of the other ones. They do have a tough Athens team coming in on Thursday here on Zaleski Sports.
That's right.
If Marathon gets past that one, they have one more game circled.
Yeah, Newman, right?
Newman.
For the conference. Probably at that point, unless Edgar is able to pull an upset here tonight. Yeah, Newman does play Auburndale again, though,
They do.
right? Yeah.
But even if, so if Auburndale beats Newman up at Newman, which is a tough task, and if they're going to be the biggest fans in the world of Newman because everybody wins if there's a tie, right?
Yeah, we don't, even though we have math, we don't use math to determine the conference champion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everybody wins in that way.
There's still a long way to go in the season, but this is a real big jump ahead for Marathon.
Oh, it's an energy boost as you turn the calendar. Again, they got beat by Port Washington a week ago in a kind of an invitational thing or whatever they call those. And they beat Assumption a few days ago. So, yeah, this is an energy boost for a team as they turn the calendar onto a new year and head towards a conference championship.
11-point lead. Under a minute to play. Weinfurter hands it off to Anderson into the paint. He's fouled. Count it. And that is going to drive Coach Jacobson up the wall. Why foul? What in the world are you getting from that?
Just getting caught up in the momentum of playing basketball.
Free throw is good. So a 3-point play makes the lead 10. Trouble getting it in. Does come into Underwood. Foul is going to be on Weber. We're going to prolong this game as much as we can. It's an 8-point game. I was trying to figure out why.
Still 3 possessions.
Why the score was weird, right? Scores table has it. Underwood has made his last 4.
Yeah, it's me that has the score wrong.
Well, it was just
62-52
or something. They fixed it.
Yep.
We're
and
good.
So did I.
Good. Second free throw to make it a 9-point game is good. Auburndale has to go fast. They got to shoot threes.
That's it. It's as simple as it gets there.
40 seconds to play. High screen. It draws Warren. Decides not to shoot over him. Scholl drives to the paint. Missed. Ball comes out to Warren. Warren's by himself.
Oh, here we go. Showtime, baby.
Call the police. The Garantulas attacking children. Weinfurter, long 3. He banks it in.
All right. A little bit of fun here as we end this one. Good times in Auburndale. That's why we come here, Dan.
That's right.
One of the best small towns anywhere.
I'm glad we got to see a little bit of showtime. Grant Warren is a open gym hero. When I've seen him several times, has quite the arsenal in his back pocket when he gets around the rim.
Got your player of the game settled?
I've interviewed Grant Warren several times. It is really hard to ignore 30 points in a.
I don't think we can. I don't think we can.
Okay, we'll find someone else.
All right.
Maybe Tyler Underwood.
No, I'm saying I don't think we can ignore it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we can ignore it, and this one's going to come to an end. Final score from Auburndale. The Marathon Red Raiders on the road winners, 65-55. Again, coming up next, our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily. Head over to nasonvilledairy.com or locations in Marshfield and Curtis for, I'm telling you right now, gang, the best cheese curds you can find anywhere. Here from Nasonville now, and we'll be back with Dan Ross courtside with Coach Adam Jacobson and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Grant Warren, right after this.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
We enter now into our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily. NasonvilleDairy.com. Jason Zaleski here. Dan Ross is out in the madness there somewhere, waiting for the Marathon Red Raiders to come out of the locker room. Again, he will talk with Coach Adam Jacobson and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Grant Warren, here momentarily. So don't go anywhere. Got a lot coming up here for you. As we kind of think through the night here a little bit, 65-55, solid win for the Marathon Red Raiders as they move just one game closer to a conference championship. And I know that's tough to even think about as we sit here on Friday, January 13th, but you know, those conference wins, you stack them up and they stay with you the whole season and put you in a position to reach and accomplish preseason goals. Again, these guys, they head in the locker room, you know, that first week of practice, and they talk about goals for the season, some individual goals, team goals. Every team says, yeah, conference champion, that's what we're thinking about here this year. And so you talk about it that first week of practice, so I don't know that it's ever too early for us to talk about it, but yeah, Marathon again, just one inch closer as they move down the yardstick of this season, but 1 inch closer now to a conference championship here and another win. We talked about seed math during today's game, but another win. You get the 1 or the 2 seed, and you've guaranteed yourself home court through the regionals, and that's very important. Once you get to sectional play, it's all neutral court at that point, but to be able to be the 1 or the 2, it's essentially the same thing. You each get to host your own regional final, play those games in front of your home fans. And even with the Auburndale loss today, my math, the math that we are very confident in, that matches the math that the WIAA uses, still Auburndale in the 2 slot. But still, that's some of these things you think about as you move through the season here in January and start moving yourself to position and a position to make a deep playoff run. Other games on the network tonight, we had our hands full here tonight. You didn't get really a chance to talk about the other games. Marshfield at Wausau West, Wild Rose, Pacelli, Columbus at Colby, and Manawa at Amherst, all girls basketball games tonight. Merrill at DC Everest, Stratford at Assumption, Pacelli at Crandon, and Lakeland at Mosinee, all boys basketball games tonight. Highlights of those games will be available throughout the day tomorrow and through the weekend over on Facebook at Zaleski Sports. And then 3 games tomorrow for you. It's Shawamigan at Pacelli Hockey at 2 p.m., Kaukauna at Mosinee Boys Basketball 6:30 p.m., and Columbus Catholic visits Regis Boys Basketball at 7 p.m. as Marathon begins to filter out of the locker room. Dan down there patiently waiting for Coach Adam Jacobson. We do see our highlight house player of the game, Grant Warren, on the floor, but Dan's going to keep with tradition here and talk to Coach first. But so that all coming up here in just a couple of seconds. See some of the other coaching staff coming out. So Coach Jacobson make his way out here shortly, and a couple. Dan and I talked about a couple of things, and Dan's going to transition that talk down there with Coach. We're very much looking forward to Coach and Dan. I see Coach coming out of the locker room now. But one last time, highlights of this game and others available on Facebook at Zaleski Sports throughout the weekend. And as we take a look now down on the floor, we see Dan Ross getting lined up with Coach Adam Jacobson. And as we get the camera positioned, we will send it down now to Dan Ross standing by with Coach Adam Jacobson.
With me, Coach Jacobson. Man, what a win. This was one of those games when the kids walked out, big grins on their faces, like a load was taken off of them. How did you get the team prepared for tonight?
Well, I think they were excited. What a wonderful opportunity. I even told them at halftime, I said, it's just 2 really good teams playing against each other, and they just kept fighting. And I think just, I didn't have to get them up for the game because coming to Auburndale, it's always a big game. But I really thought our defense and the ability to hold them to 1 shot was just huge. And if we can rest our hat on that and continue to get better offensively, I think we can have a shot then.
Yep. You asked how the Marywood went. It looked like Stratford was up about 10 on assumption. Edgar pushed Newman pretty good up there. I think Newman probably came out with a win, right? Yeah. So tied for first. A lot of games left, right? How do you keep the team focused after this? No letdowns after big wins, right?
Yeah, we just talk about being hungry and humble, and we want to go and not be the hunted, but go hunt. And I really think, we're going to be challenged. You got Mosinee next week in Athens, conference champ and things like that. And then, just looking at, we got to get better because, you might have to go through these guys again, or you go through Stratford and Edgar and all that. So it's just, you have to stay grounded, especially in this league and especially what we'd have to go through in March.
Grant, obviously amazing, right? Yeah. It's an every night thing with Grant. But how about some of the role players? Because it isn't just Grant. A lot of ball handlers, a lot of shooters, a lot of toughness.
Yeah, I think we keep developing off of Grant and his catches. And I really thought, Drew Love is not only getting off the dribble, but he's ducking into the post. And Tyler, and then I think we're spacing really well off of him, and that's continuing to grow how we can play off of his catches. And then Grant is a really willing and tremendous passer too. So I love his patience in the post. I love that he can chin it and pivot and face, and he can handle the double. And that just growth has just been tremendous for us. And I think it's breeding confidence in the rest of our guys, and you can see that in our balanced numbers.
I know that you talked pregame. Thank you for talking to us, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Able to show it before the game. You wanted to take Auburndale away from their strengths, right? How do you think that played out tonight?
I thought we handled the dribble for the most part. We talked, if we can handle the dribble, if we can contest, they're just tremendous shooters. And I thought we held them to 1. We made some bad mistakes there at the end, following the shooters a couple times. But I thought we made it difficult. And they're just really talented. And I thought we limited live ball turnovers. So I thought if we could limit live ball turnovers, make them have to shoot contested shots, it's going to give us a shot. And I thought for the most part we did.
Yeah. Congratulations, Coach. It's the biggest win in the conference by anybody this season.
I appreciate that.
Good luck the rest of the way. You got a heck of a squad this year.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the coverage. Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's Coach Jacobson. Let's try to find Grant Warren, the tallest guy out here.
As Dan wrangles up Grant Warren. Pretty easy to find down there, Dan. You just got to look for, for Dan, I was going to say somebody taller, but back to Dan Ross.
Grant Warren, not the first time that we've talked on Zaleski Sports. 30 points, lots of rebounds, lots of blocks, 1 big dunk. You're speaking for your team, right? What does this win mean for you in the locker room?
Well, obviously it's a big conference game, so what all that means, and we've been talking about us as a team and what we want to do in the future, how we got to take every game seriously. And I think everybody's bought into that, which allowed us to compete in the last couple of games. I thought we really competed tonight and we were able to come out with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, when you come into a game like this, first place is on the line. Did you feel more pressure in this game than other games, knowing that there is that one loss for each team coming in?
Well, there's always going to be a little pressure when you play Auburndale. I mean, we and them have a rivalry that's been going on for a long time. Honestly, you got to try to treat every game the same. Obviously, there's going to be a little extra added pressure, but that's human nature. But I thought the team tried to, play the same as we always do.
Okay, so let's rewind this a little bit. You guys are up about 10, 40 seconds left. You get the ball all by yourself. What's going through your mind?
Probably looking to pass it, probably to Tyler.
No. You were right there. What's going through your mind?
Oh, probably get it up the floor, not turn the ball over. That would have been ideal. But then I just looked, saw nobody was in front of me, and just kept going.
I have seen you with some impressive dunks in open gym. I wanted to see like a reverse or something.
I'm not athletic enough to do that. All I can do is the fundamental two-hand.
It's a lot more than I can do. It's a lot more than probably anybody else in this gym can do. Again, congratulations. Huge win. Good luck to you the rest of the way and the team. You're the Zaleski Sports Player of the Game. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Grant Warren, and I'm in the house.
Thanks, Grant. I'll send it back up to you, Jason.
All right, that's a good idea as we take a look at Grant there coming back into the huddle as he got a good round of applause there from his buddies, his classmates, other friends here looking on. And, as Dan said a couple times, just a really, really nice win for Marathon here tonight. Get the 10-point win and get a first-place notation as they move into the weekend here. A lot of schools don't have school on Monday, so maybe Marathon's got a 3-day weekend. I'm not exactly sure, but got at least 2 days to kind of think about this one, smile about it. Probably practice on Sunday, even if there's not a game on or a school on Monday. Probably still practice on Sunday. Been great having you folks along with us today. This has been our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Again, Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your fresh cheese curds in Marshfield, Curtis, and NasonvilleDairy.com. Again, highlights of this game will be up on Facebook at Zaleski Sports tomorrow morning. So you sleep in a little bit on a Saturday, wake up, and enjoy the highlights as we see the Grantula taking some pictures there, getting all his fame and getting all the high fives and the flowers from his friends and enjoying his night here tonight. Hope you all enjoy your night tonight as well. Thanks for watching, and good night.